3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing you'll notice is that Croc runs pretty fast. He moves at 1 pixel per frame when running, and I'm going to be running most of the time. You'll also notice that when I go diagonal, I move even faster. They didn't actually have a speed for Croc. They decided instead that they would do horizontal speed and vertical speed, and if you go diagonally, you have both of those. So you're actually going like 1.4 times as fast when you go diagonally. So there's actually a lot of the game that we're going to take advantage of diagonal jumps and do some things that the developers didn't actually intend. The other thing that they like to do in this game is put in a lot of optional paths. If you see here, I can go up or I can go down, and you would think that one is like a lot faster than the other, but this bottom path only saves 1 second, which is pretty crazy over the scheme of things. That's also a point there where I actually decided to do a standing jump, which gives me walking speed but a lot more maneuverability. If you see when I jump everywhere, it kind of locks me in a direction, and so I can't really maneuver myself around unless I go down to a walking speed. This game also has a lot of block puzzles. You'll see a bunch of these, and they tend to be slow. So, in this level, we collected a key, and we save a gobbo.
Thank you, Croc.
No problem.
No problem.
And you see that those lines of dialogue a lot.
So you're gonna hear us a lot.
Each level, each world also has one sort of collectathon mission where you have to collect 3 different things. I don't really know why they did that. They just figured it was good for variety or something. And so here you collect like a book, some trophy, and something else. I don't know what they do. This game's plot is kind of non-existent. You're trying to find your parents, and Baron Dante did something, and the Gobos are trying to help you find your parents, and no one has any clue where they are, so they're just like, help us out and we'll let you go to the next village. So we just do a lot of odd jobs for everybody in the village, and then they let us go on our way and finally free your parents and let Croc live a happy life. The other cool thing about this game is that there's pretty much no RNG. All of these puzzles are the same every single time, which means that we don't need to like look and find the solutions or worry about any RNG like that, so it's a pretty nice run. Lots of fast movement, lots of interesting things, and we're going to see some diagonal jumps in the next room, which save like half a second each. So there's a lot of just minimum, like, small time saves here and there. We also have the first auto-scroller of the game. It's also the only auto-scroller of the game. I don't know why they put one in and then decided that no other ones were needed. Also, how they decided that the first part of it would be really difficult, and the rest of it would be just waiting around. You also want to end each level running, because it takes a bit of time to start up a run, so just saving all the frames.
You're welcome.
And we're already on the first boss! Savina the Squid. We take barrels and throw them at her, and they explode in her face and she dies. So, Croc is pretty cruel.
The music definitely is.
Yeah, the other great thing about this game is all of the great music, which is pretty much a thing that all the Croc games have. So now we go on to the second world, which is the ice world. And as you'll see pretty immediately, running on ice is twice as fast as running normally. So instead of 1 pixel per frame, you move 2 pixels per frame. And that means that there's a whole lot of mess-up potential. these are also some of the really long levels, and some of them have skips, but they tend to be TAS only. So this one in particular has like 3 different frame perfect jumps that you can't really do. And then you've also got some interesting diagonal jumps that are totally not intended, but save quite a bit of time. You'll also notice that I kind of just stop partway through on the switches and then go to a standing jump. The reason for that is because you can press jump a second time in midair to stomp, but it takes the same amount of time from when you started your jump. So you want to start the jump as early as possible to still make the jump on the switch. You also notice that I died there. That was intended. It saves a second. It's pretty great. We've got a few death abuses in this run. You'll also notice at the bottom there are kind of 2 counters. One is
wow. Thank you, Croc.
No problem.
Yeah, so this next jump is going to be difficult, and hopefully I don't game over, but it's not too bad if I do. Okay.
Very nice.
So you'll see at the bottom there's a counter that's at 18 right now, and just went up to 19 when I killed that enemy. When it goes to 20, I'll actually get another life. So I should be good for the death abuse in this level. This is also probably the worst set of jumps casually. Just that set of ice there, because as I mentioned, you've got 2 pixels per frame on ice, and there's not a lot of leeway to make stuff, so okay. I guess I'm not death abusing in this room. So that's where I would death abuse normally. Saves a second and a half, so I lost that on top of however much I lost from the death, but we're on the right life count. It's a bit risky on 0 lives, but we'll be good. Hopefully. So what that switch did was it made this platform appear. And that looked a lot more risky than it actually is. That's actually my safe strat, because I'm running with different input delay than I'm used to. Okay, so that's...
Thank you, Croc.
You're welcome.
So now we have the collection mission here, and we have to save the clothes of the snowman. For some reason, these evil Dantinis decided that they would make the snowman naked, so that's an interesting thing that they did. We've also got the first Path of Delusion. It's a pretty standard, like, Lost Woods style of puzzle where everything looks the same and you just have to follow the right path to get to the end. There are 3 of them in the game, and 2 of them, if you follow the paths, lead you right back to the beginning, which is pretty interesting. There are also 2 paths here. They actually take the same amount of time, so it's Spike Slide. So it's entirely up to you which one you want to do, which is nice in the game. Oh, I didn't practice the boss. Okay.
You got this.
So we're at the point where I can't really die in this level anymore, but the boss coming up is pretty difficult in that you can fall really easily, and if you fall, it doesn't matter how many hearts you have. That said, I'd be doing a game over abuse anyway, so it's not too bad if I die and get some lives back.
Thank you, Croc.
No problem at all.
So now we've got Lava Lamp Larry, who doesn't have a name in this game and is just a lava monster. Okay, that's gonna be fun. I am now off cycle. Okay, why am I not running? Okay, that was
Wow.
much. It didn't take a double tap. Ah, okay.
Thank you, Croc.
You're welcome.
So
Even
this,
though it said no problem at all.
I'm a great man.
so
I
that's
can't
the
read.
one game over abuse in the game, for any percent at least. There are 2 and 100%. And that loses a second. I also got the text. You can skip the text, but it's kind of precise and RNG in a sense. But it loses a second, and then you gain back the second in this level with the death abuse that you do in it. So it's entirely worth it to gain back 3 lives. So now we're in the lava world. And the difference between lava and water is that you can walk into lava. So it's very possible that I can just walk off the edge to my doom in this level, or any of the other ones, whereas there were a lot of places in the ice world where it's at least nice enough to have water around you so you can't fall down. So that's that death abuse.
So fast.
Yeah. And that's always a scary jump. So we just collected some handles so that we could get water back. Oh nice, I got the jump. Swag.
Thank you, Croc.
So yeah. Croc is really mean to that guy and is saying that they all stink and they need to take a shower, and it's all because the bad guys stole their water handle so they couldn't actually pump water. Croc's just such a mean guy.
I guess they can't really bath in lava anyway, so...
So yeah, this is a really long block puzzle. The longest in the game. And somehow wood blocks fire. It's pretty magical wood in this game.
Nah, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming up to the next room is a difficult set of jumps that are entirely not intended. And you'll see. So it's really nice when it goes well. It's also really easy to just miss an input there.
You're gonna get it. Let's go.
Math.
Math.
Yeah, there are also math puzzles for some reason. Because math is great and difficult, and
No
here
one
we
likes
go
it.
to the second path of delusion. And if you have a donation, go ahead.
Or
There's
not.
confusion at
Or
the
not.
station.
Or not.
So,
You're welcome.
I mean, let me just donate real quick, hold on.
so here was the collection mission. We had to collect some gears for something. I don't actually know what the gears are for.
Thank you, Croc.
You're welcome.
It fixed the lava somehow. I don't know how the lava was bad in the first place. But here we've got a frame-perfect jump, so we'll see if I get it. It might take a few tries.
Easy every time. Easy
Aw,
every
Easy every
easy
time.
every time.
Okay, sure. Marathon luck. We got this. So with that, we're almost on to the boss of this world, which is the first instance of RNG. The boss can spawn in any of 4 places, and basically you need to go up to him and hit him. So the better you react to where he spawns, the better the fight. you can hit him up to 4 times, but you're most likely going to get 3 hits. So we're gonna see if I get a 3 cycle, but
Thank you, Croc.
No problem.
if not,
But
I'm gonna
wait.
see if I can at least get a 4 hit somewhere.
But Strimmer, didn't you say there is no RNG in this game?
There's barely any RNG. Semantics. That was a 3 hit. 2, 3, 4 hit. Nice. So I'm saving a bit of time. Nice.
Another 4 hit.
So there's only 1 hit left.
I love the
Cool.
frog on top of him.
Into win strength.
So now we're on to the last world. It's a pretty fast game.
Doesn't even say thank you.
No.
No, he's pretty mean. And this is the last world, and they decided to have a whole lot of secrets in each of these levels, and we're going to take advantage of some of them and avoid others. This level is one where we avoid secrets, but we also skip a puzzle because the devs kind of forgot about diagonal jumps. So if you go off to the right there, there's this really long memory puzzle where lights flash and you hit buttons, and at the end of it unlocks a door and you hit a switch, and we're just gonna ignore that room entirely because we don't need it. We're just gonna skip that entire thing that it does. It makes a platform appear, but we don't actually need that platform, so... We've also got the last math puzzle. It's difficult because it has multiplication.
Not like this.
Oh.
I know.
No.
Too hard.
I don't think you can do it.
In one of my practice runs, I actually put 7
Oh
instead
my
of 8, so it's pretty
Oh,
difficult.
No.
Actually, got it first try.
Okay,
First try.
so
let's
that
go.
hole there is
First
really
try.
troll. And this room is difficult, but we did it. So
Easy every time.
now I'm gonna try this jump 1 time, and I missed it. So that's a pretty tight jump, and it saves 2 seconds if you make it. But there's this backup, which skips that gem. When you collect a gem, it has an animation, and you don't want to watch the animation, so we try to avoid picking them up as much as possible. To the point that in one of the later levels, I'm actually just going to jump around one. So now we're pretty much smooth sailing until the boss. This next level is pretty short. We have to rescue the mayor, and
We have a
Deal.
donation, by the way.
oh, nice.
It's $2 donation
It's not
from
me.
Tiger Player saying, "You got this with."
Thanks.
Indeed.
So casually, that is a really difficult puzzle, mainly because there are a lot of dead ends that it just lets you go along.
By the way, please remember to use a hashtag stream2 in the donation incentive. Otherwise, we have no idea if it's to this. If it didn't say with, I would actually not know. So please keep in mind.
Yeah.
Please donate to save Croc's childhood.
Yes.
I believe that is gone forever.
We
He's
need-
just a boy.
He doesn't even have his parents. They were taken away from him, and he's trying to find them.
Still chill.
Okay. That's always just a scary set of jumps, but we also jumped around that crystal there. So that was pretty
Smash through
nice.
a wall.
Oh yeah, we also smashed through a wall. That was one of the shortcuts that saves a bunch of time, just skips pretty much the entire level. We also fell through a hole in the previous level, if you noticed, and it just brought us to the end. We're also going to just stand here and spawn camp some bees, and that opens the door back up. So with that, we are on to the final boss, which this is actually a pretty insane pace. I'm on PB pace. Sort of.
Thank you, Croc.
Well, for Game Boy Player at least.
He didn't say thank you.
No.
Wow.
Say thank
He did?
you. Yeah, he did.
Well, no problem
He
at
didn't say no
all.
problem.
He did say the problem.
So
He
this
didn't
is
say
Dante. It kind of just takes all of the mechanics of the... Okay, I messed that up. So I was trying to do fast strats, and I messed them up, so here goes more consistent strats.
But is it Dante from the Devil May Cry series?
Dante is a frog, clearly. Nice, I trapped a bee. So,
Final form.
there's
It's not
still
over.
a second phase. So, here, he spawns in 1 of 3 locations, and you have to hit him 5 times. He throws stuff at you, and you just have to avoid them. Good, I missed that. Okay. So there's kind of a lineup that you can do that's pretty cool that just makes you invincible to the top guy, regardless of where he throws stuff.
Get ready on time.
I lost count. Actually,
I believe it's one more.
yeah. So time is going to be on the fade to white, so I'll tell you when.
I don't forgive you.
And time.
Wow.
I am
really,
actually
really good.
really amazed by that, because that is a PB for Game Boy Player for me. And
Yay!
that is 16 seconds off world record. That ties second place. So
Wow,
that's,
amazing.
Great.
that's actually a really good run for a marathon. I was not expecting sub 21 in the slightest.
Oh yeah, and you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Might be Game
Oh,
Boy
yeah.
Interface then.
Well, it's also that I didn't die much at all, so
Nah, that's Game Boy Interface.
Game Boy Interface definitely did it.
Congratulations for that PB.
Awesome.
Great.
So, yeah, so that's Croc 2 for the Game Boy Color. Thanks for having me.
Just a quick question. If
Yeah?
that's your PB, is that also the world record, or is it someone else that has it?
So that's my PB on Game Boy Player. I actually had different splits for, I have a webcam set up that captures the SP directly, and so that's world record.
Damn it.
I have 2 PBs. It's crazy. So, yeah.
Imagine being so good at your game, you have 2 PBs in it.
So yeah.
So that was actually Croc 2 together with Zend. Up next we have Caster with Magic. Oh, of course.
Am I allowed to? Alright, so there's something happening right now in the second hall from ESA, which will also be streamed. You can maybe find it on Twitch, which is a race between 8 people for Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories.
Please check that out. Extra hype for extra advertisement, you know? So yeah, let's see here. We can check out our upcoming donations because, or goals even. We have a lot still going on. Let me see here. We have still Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake Singing Snake Eater's theme. That is still on donations to be reached. We have still Dark Souls 2 Shirtless by Militant. Oh, we have actually gotten more money to that one actually. It's now $36 out of 2,000. So, can we have some more donations towards that? I mean, I wouldn't say no to some shirtless streams, please. Mort the chicken peacock costume. I think that wasn't that the one we had. Okay, so I should close that one then, I guess. I'm asking that afterwards then. We also have that if you want to save the Monkus back to the ESA chat, you can also donate for that. We are up to $670 out of 4,200. That is a very expensive emote. I mean, it's not cheap, really. I could say many jokes to that, but I'm not going to. La 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 la. Let's see here. What else do we have? 1 second. We also have... Oh, this is a very close reach, actually. It's for the Battletoads Blindfolded Turbo Tunnel. We have gotten $899 out of 1,500. So that it's pretty close to that one as well. We have Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, Simon's Glitch. $128 out of 700. Like, we have so many different kind of goals that you can find and put your money into. Or if you just want to save the children in general, that is just as nice as well, because why not really have a nice gesture to something that actually is of a good cause. Also, thank you for all the sponsors. I would say more to the sponsors, but apparently I don't have a quick cheat of that here that we have at this first stream. If I did, I would have more input to that. Otherwise, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching so far. I hope you are enjoying our amazing event. Is there anything else that you would like us to talk about or anything? Feel free to give me questions or whatever you like. I'll hear for you, or I am here for you. I'll hear for you, and I'm here for you as much as you want. So, let's get some questions out there, please. I mean... Huh? Yeah, sure. Just hit me with the best shot, you know? I'm here for you. Favorite that is like the worst question you can actually give me, because I don't know anything about memes. Like last year we had this room that was called a meme room, and I was like, what is that? Really? I'm sorry. I don't know about memes. I sort of understood that because they told me so, but otherwise I wouldn't know. Well, all I do is basically play games. That's what I do. I work and I play games. Yeah, it's Minnie Mouse. That's true. If I could live anywhere in the entire world except Sweden, that is probably the easiest question you could ever give me. Of course, Japan. What is my job? I work with sales. Probably the most saddest work you could ever possibly imagine, but hey, someone has to bring in the bacon, you know? Yes, I stream 7 days a week. Every day, every week. Sometimes a few hours, sometimes between 15 and 18 hours. As much as I can, now and then. I guess you mean if I had to choose where to live in Europe. That is kind of a 50-50 between Greece and Spain, because I like both of the countries really much. My Twitch name is like, we're trying to not have too many self-advertisement here, so I'm trying to keep that short. But my Twitch nick is, well, it used to be Cursed Dolls, but I changed that because I wanted to have a fresh start. So right now it's Pink Fluffy Unicorn TV. I don't care about the depths thing. I think the country itself is really amazing. Greece, because I think they had. I like the Greek mythology. I like the old history from Greece and such. That is what I like about Greece. And when it comes to Spain, that's like I like the environment a lot and would like to just visit that in general. I don't know. Deaths maybe, but still, I like to have a place where I enjoy in general, no matter if it's rich or poor, and if the place is interesting. I don't really care about that kind of part. If you could go to the past or the future, which would you pick and how far? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think I would go backwards and probably to the Middle Ages, because it feels kind of as an interesting era itself. Well, we sort of have free education and healthcare. We don't have to pay extra to get quick in line when it comes to healthcare, and we have a system that you can get help also with education money, like so you get basically a study loan, and then when you're done with your studies you pay it back bi-monthly. Oh, this was a fun question. Thank you for the SMT questions. To this date, which SMT game is your favorite? I've not played that many yet, but I can tell you that since I finished off Persona 3 last week, I loved that game. It's probably the most emotional game I've ever played in my entire life. And I can't wait till I get to play the rest of the SMT games in the series, both SMT and the Personas. When it comes to SMT, if you mean pure SMT and not Persona, I really like the Nocturne game. It actually have a really good, empowering story to that as well. do you maybe have anything else that you would like to tell to me, or ask me, or okay? The text says that they are actually on the way to start the game, so I will wish you a fantastic game time with Caster, the game Caster with Magic, and I'll hear from you soon.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so the game is Caster, my name is Magic, and we're gonna go right at it. I'm gonna create character real quick. I choose this name because I don't know why. Picking the girl instead of the male character just because animations are cooler. And time will start as soon as I... Okay, then I'm gonna wait a second for the time, but it will start as soon as I start this level. You ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.